The cycle of addiction, why we keep going back to what hurts us. We tell ourselves never again. We feel the regret, the pain, the damage. We know it's hurting us, maybe even killing us. And yet, we go back. Back to the substance, back to the toxic relationship, back to the self-destructive habit we swore we'd leave behind. But why? Why do we keep choosing the thing that's breaking us? Why does addiction feel stronger than logic, than willpower, than pain itself? Turns out, addiction isn't just about choice. It's about biology, psychology, culture, society. It's about how we're wired and how that wiring can betray us. So today, let's break it down. The cycle of addiction and why we keep going back to what hurts us. Addiction doesn't start in the hands. It starts in the brain. At its core, addiction is a neurological hijacking, a takeover of your brain's reward system. Here's how it works. Your brain loves dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical that makes you feel good, motivated, euphoric. Normally it's released when we eat, connect, accomplish goals. But drugs, alcohol, gambling, social media, even toxic love, they flood the brain with unnatural amounts of dopamine. And here's the problem. The brain gets used to it. The more you feed it, the less natural dopamine it produces. Suddenly, nothing else feels good anymore. Now, you don't get high, you just need it to feel normal. And so, the cycle begins. You chase the high, not realizing that each time, it gives you less and takes more. Until eventually, it's not a choice anymore, it's a need. If addiction is about chemicals, why is it so emotional? Why do people relapse? Not just because of cravings, but because of memories, loneliness, pain. Because addiction isn't just a drug problem, it's an attachment problem. Psychologists have found that addiction often replaces something. A sense of belonging, a coping mechanism for trauma, a way to numb pain. In other words, we don't just get addicted to substances, we get addicted to escape. We don't return to the thing that hurt us because it feels good. We return because it feels familiar. The mind would rather repeat the pain it knows than step into the unknown. That's why people stay in toxic relationships. That's why gamblers go back after losing everything. That's why addicts relapse right when life starts getting better. Because addiction doesn't just trap you in the past, it convinces you that the future doesn't exist without it. You'd think if addiction is this dangerous, we'd do everything to prevent it. But here's the thing. Addiction is profitable. And society, it's built to keep us consuming. Think about it. The alcohol industry thrives on one more drink. The fast food industry engineers food to be addictive. The casino industry designs games that trick your brain into chasing losses. Social media, built on infinite scrolling, constant notifications, dopamine loops. They study addiction, they engineer addiction. And then, when we get hooked, society blames the addict, not the system. They call it a personal failure. They tell you to just quit, but they built the trap. And it's not just substances. It's the way we overwork ourselves for status, stay in toxic love because of movies, chase validation through likes and followers. Addiction isn't just a drug problem, it's a system problem. And breaking free means recognizing who profits from your pain. So how do you break free from something that feels stronger than you? First, understand this. Your brain can heal. You are not permanently broken. Here's how. 1. Starve the addiction. Your brain needs time to reset. Dopamine levels will return to normal, but only if you stop feeding the cycle. 2. Replace, don't just remove. Cutting out addiction without filling the void, that's how relapse happens. Replace it with purpose, movement, creativity, connection. 3. Question the system. Who benefits from your addiction? Who profits from keeping you trapped? Once you see the cycle, you can break it. And most importantly, forgive yourself. You are not weak for struggling. You are not broken for relapsing. You are not beyond saving. You are human, and humans, we are built to heal. Addiction feels like a prison, like you're stuck in a loop you can't break, like you'll always be this way, like nothing will ever change. But here's the truth. Addiction is not who you are. It is something that happened to you. And you are capable of rewriting your story, one choice at a time, one moment at a time, one step away from the thing that's been hurting you. Because you were never meant to be trapped here. What's one habit, substance, or pattern you've struggled to break? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the human experience. Because freedom, it starts with seeing the cage for what it is.